Welcome into sports. I'm Michael Gross. More importantly, welcome to Home Team Friday Countdown. The voice of Bossy Field, Zane Clodfelter, and the guru himself, high school football guru Colin Davies, joining us here. Another exciting week for week one. But you know what? Week two is shaping up to be just as exciting. What are we looking forward to most when we get there this Friday?
Seeing how teams respond from week one going into week number two for me.
Who the real contenders are, who's going to be shaping up, and who's looking to come out this week and be the best.
Right, it's important to be resilient, right, from week one if you lose and get that win in week number two. Let's grab a look at the best games this week in the Tri-State. Castle and Mater Dei, both off of week one wins. Mount Carmel, they begin its season on the road at Gibson Southern. Davis County, they're going to have their hands full against our number one team in the Power 10 in Owensboro Catholic. Colin, we'll get to our first game here. Last week, or Wildcats, not exactly a convincing win, but you know what? They got it done.
Yeah, for sure, because last year it was actually not a commanding win, but this year I would actually say it was a very commanding win for against Central out of the gate. But this year's Mater Dei team looks changed after lighting off all the fireworks in the first quarter last Friday. The offense is clearly better under a more experienced Tate Mallory, but the question in this one is how the defense will respond to a much bigger, faster, and stronger Castle Knights offense.
It was a gritty defensive performance in week one that lifted the Castle Knights to a win over North in the season opener. The Knights defense made big plays when it had to, including Gavin Leach's pick-six interception that put Castle ahead late in the opening quarter. Castle's defense picked up a Knights offense that managed just a little over 100 yards of total offense, but I expect Max McCool to build on his strong personal outing last week and help balance out that Castle attack against Mater Dei.
Yeah, I must have been thinking about last year's game.
Yes.
This one, you're right, this week was definitely dominant. Mount Carmel set to play its first game of the season, but they don't have a walk in the park. They will be on the road at Gibson Southern to begin their season, and they're going to aim for the upset. Who's got the edge, Dave?
Well, you have to give a lot of credit to Nick Hart for scheduling a season-opening game at Danville, and we saw last week why the Titans, with that 7-point road victory, while they're legitimate contenders once again in a loaded Class 3A, things looked bleak for the Titans until a 21-point fourth quarter helped erase a 2-touchdown deficit, and Gibson Southern's defense played a big role in forcing 3 fumble recoveries while quarterback Zach Foster settled in as the game went on.
And the Golden Aces, well, they lost their star quarterback Blaine Sisson upon graduation to Big Ten school Illinois after a state runner-up finish last season. And to make this week even more challenging, the Titans already have a game under their belt, while the Golden Aces don't. So someone's going to have to step up right after kickoff and make some plays to prove that this new crop of players is capable of contending for a state championship as well.
Yeah, well, Colin's red hot takes last week still ingrained in my mind at Owensboro Catholic, winning every game this season.
Still on the table. We're 1-0.
It is still on the table. They got a big win last week. They're going to have another test this week, a city foe in Davis County to deal with. The question is, does Davis County break that 10-point or more streak this week?
I'm not quite sure about that, but, you know, under week one of head coach Anthony Payton, his first week of that era was a 31-13 loss to Franklin Simpson. It's not the result the Panthers wanted, but it does show that this offense is capable of producing, which early last season was not the case. It's no secret that the Aces will put up points. It's going to be on the Panthers quarterbacks to try and keep pace before this one gets out of hand. We'll see what Coach Payton can do, if anything, to slow down Atwell.
Colin, it's going to be extremely tough stopping or even limiting Brady Atwell and Owensboro Catholic's offense this fall. If week one was any indication, a 50-13 win over rival Apollo, Atwell had another strong game, passing for over 200 yards, had 4 touchdowns, while also running for 2 more scores. The Aces have plenty of depth at other skill positions, too, with 9 receivers getting at least 1 catch last week. And if this keeps up, as you mentioned, they'll be really tough to beat.
I'm not saying Max Preps Online is wrong, but they didn't have Owensboro Catholic at number 1 in the top teams in this area. Maybe they are wrong, but at least, you know, we believe that Owensboro Catholic is number 1. No, right. No stream this week on TriStateHomepage.com, but we do have a game here that we're keeping a keen eye on. Memorial dominated Jasper last Friday. They're going to play North, who seemingly had control of the game against Castle, but couldn't put up enough points on the board. Long history between these two guys, and we'll see who gets the win. And after the conclusion of every game on Friday night, tune in tomorrow for another Home Team Friday at 10:35 on ABC 25. For Colin Davies, Zane Clodfelter, I'm Michael Gross. We'll be right back.